When you hit the ball, do you lift with your legs or do you stay low? That's what I'm going to talk about today. There's an excellent tennis coach on YouTube named Patrick. He talks about this very issue. I will put a link to the video in the description box below so you can go watch it. He says that as you're playing and hitting balls, you should stay low. You should play like there's a ceiling, a low ceiling right over your head, and you never want to swing at a ball and have your head come up and hit that ceiling. I agree with him. Two big reasons why we want to do this. First one is we want to limit the movement while we're hitting the ball. The more stationary, the more still we are while we're hitting the ball, the more accurately we can hit that ball. If we're lifting or moving too much, then the level of our eyes starts to change and our focus and our vision starts to get a little bit blurry on that incoming ball. This is why you see marksmen being fully at rest or archers being fully at rest, because they don't want any movement at all. They want to be focused on that target downrange. As this ball's coming in, the more that we can limit the movement, the more stationary we can be when we hit this ball, the better able we are to see that ball and hit it well. The second big reason is that if we're lifting with our legs, we're complicating our swing, we're complicating our ability to hit that ball well, and we don't really need to do that. So if I'm down here and this ball is coming in and I'm lifting, so my paddle gets here, but I'm lifting while I'm hitting that ball, you can see the sweet spot of my paddle changes in height as I'm swinging in trying to hit this ball. So I've just unnecessarily complicated things when I really didn't need to. Conversely, then, if I'm down here and I hit and I stay with my head down and as still or as motionless as I can be, then that sweet spot of the paddle is in a more predictable location. My consistency on my shots should be higher going across that net. I'm not trying to say that you can't lift with your legs when you hit. You can. I just think it's a little bit more complicated than the average player needs. Try to stay still, motionless, stationary as much as you can while hitting that ball, and your sweet spot of your paddle will be in a more predictable location. Why then do people try and lift with their legs when they hit? A couple of reasons. You may have seen a YouTube video where somebody said you need to lift with your legs while you hit, and that's why you're doing it. The other reason is I think our brain tells us that if I'm down here and the ball is low, and as I swing and I come up, my body is coming up. And so the natural assumption would be that ball is going to come with us, and that's going to help get it up and over that net. When in reality, we've only just complicated things, and it's much more difficult to hit that ball well. And if we're doing this, the amount of our body motion up is very limited on the impact on how much it gets it up and over that net if we hit it well. Again, you can do it, it's just unnecessarily complicated for most players. As you play, as you hit balls then, try and stay stationary when you're hitting that ball. Try and beat the ball to the spot, so wherever you're going to end up hitting that ball, trying to get there before the ball gets there as often as you can, and then get still, get stationary, stay down on that ball and focus on that ball all the way in. And then after that ball leaves, then you can come up and look across the net and see how good or bad your shot went. I watch a lot of people play. Here at my local facility, I see many of them lifting while they're hitting their balls. I don't think they understand that they're doing that. It can be a difficult thing to discern if that's kind of your normal. So how would you know? Go record yourself, watch yourself play. You'll see that you're doing things you didn't know you were doing, and you're not doing some things you thought you were doing. I made a video about what to look for when you watch yourself play. I'll put a link to that video in the description box below. I'm begging you, go watch yourself play, go record yourself, watch yourself play, be a little bit critical. You'll learn things that you'll be able to fix that you're not going to know any other way other than watching yourself on video.